My guest today visited us back in December as he was heading off to the rubbish dumps of Cambodia to celebrate Christmas. Matt LeClaire is back again and I have invited him to share what he saw. Hi Matt, thanks for joining me.
Hi David, how are you? Good to see you.
Well, Francine actually chatted to you last time because I was over in UK, but I watched the program and I was really impressed with that program. But you celebrated Christmas on a rubbish dump. I mean, no nut meat, or you like Weet-Bix, and no turkey or anything like that.
No, well, actually, the amazing thing about celebrating Christmas Day on a rubbish dump, other than having no turkey, is that in many ways it felt like the greater meaning of Christmas. You know, like obviously Christ is all about coming to this world to save us, to bring us redemption. And in many ways we could play a very small role in coming to kids in great need and in some way bringing hope and the offer of a better life to them. So it was just amazing. No turkey, but we did have something I can't describe, but it was delicious. Praise the Lord, and I'm well.
You didn't really know what it was.
No. It was a step of faith, and I digested. So it's.
So how long were you in Cambodia? With the people that live on these rubbish dumps?
Yeah. Well, we were there for 6 or 7 days, and we spent the first few days with the kids in the villages, the poor children in the villages. We worked with some local churches there, as well as going to a HIV village, which was just incredible. It was incredibly sad to see these kids who were really ostracised from society and their families, but at the same time there was a local pastor there working with them, completely countercultural and just loving these people. And we were able to go from house to house to give them food and to talk to them. I brought my little Ernie puppet along, you know, I was like, hello! And it was fabulous because I gave the kids the puppet and they did it with me, and I think you'll see some of those photos there, and it was just really beautiful. And they were just kids, you know? And then on our Christmas Day, we went to the dump. And my first impression of going there was it was just smoke-ridden. In fact, the smell was almost overwhelming. And we went into the centre, but yet when we arrived, these beautiful little kids came up and grabbed a hold of your leg, and they wouldn't let go, you know. They were, and you're walking around, I had a kid on my back and a kid crawling up my leg, and I'm like, praise the Lord, you know. And it was just beautiful, you know. And they had school uniforms on, they were there for the day.
So did they do that just because it was you coming, or do they do that when anybody turns up at their rubbish dump?
Well, I mean, I suppose the people that come there that really care for the kids, I think they're probably like that in general to the people, but I got the impression, because the people we worked with, Chara and Tirith, was that this was quite a special visit for them. And like, you know, we spent the day with the kids and we fed them, and we kind of adopted a kid for the day, and they stayed with us and we did games. I did Captain's Coming and all sorts of great games. And
Tell me, can people really survive living on a rubbish dump? These people are outcasts from their own communities, and they actually have little dwellings and things on the rubbish dump, and yet and they survive there.
It's quite remarkable. I mean, obviously you would imagine that their life expectancy is much shorter. A number of them come from the villages in search of work in the city, but they can't find it. And so they end up on the dump, and a whole family will work to provide the needs for them. And you have little children walking around, you know, collecting rubbish. I mean, it's unbelievable. But they use it to support the family. It's pretty squalid conditions, and as you'll see in the photos, it's pretty squalid conditions. But yet, in these dumps, we've got centres like the Water of Life bringing hope to these families. And
so, what's your impressions? What emotions come to you now when I mention the word poverty?
Well, look, I think the first thing that comes to mind is no one has to live like that. You know, I saw such squalor, and it's so heartbreaking. Yet, if we all contribute to making a difference, if we all put that little bit of money in, or, you know, spend time praying, or go, we can transform this world. I'm not naive or cliche about that. If we are all proactive about that, we can really genuinely make a difference. And one little difference across the world from many people is a big difference. And we felt that at the Water of Life Centre, these 40 or 50 kids.
So who went with you? You didn't go by yourself?
No. I went with 27 people from my church. We had a couple. which is Parkside Baptist Church.
Yes.
And we're a very multicultural church, so we had all sorts of nations from our church going, Indians and Jewish, Russians, and my background is French, and all these nationalities going together. We had another couple from another church. I'm not sure what church they were from, but other Christians coming along as well.
Any Adventists there?
Well, actually, David, there's a girl named Linda Axelson.
Yes.
And she is from Sweden. She's an Adventist, and she's actually studying with me at the Baptist College.
Oh, right.
And she was our sponsorship guru, who was fabulous. Okay. She didn't actually come, so where are you guys? Come on, you got to come along next time. I'm sure you're doing some great work, but we need you guys to come as well. So it was fabulous, and Linda was great too.
More information, I guess, on your website.
Absolutely. Please go to it. You'll see the pictures of the kids of the 24-hour ride that we did this year, and we're doing it again in 2009. We have 30 riders riding this year and approaching major sponsors. So if people would like to sponsor us to help this centre to make a difference, it's educating them, giving them the gospel, transforming their lives, giving them hope, cleaning them, giving them hygiene, even looking after the women with young babies and doing medical attention on Fridays. We'd love you to support it.
Thanks for joining me this week.
Thanks you.
Matt. I've been talking to Matt LeClaire from Pedal Against Poverty, and you can go online, of course, and find out more about this wonderful ministry. Francine Bell is on leave this week, so team member Ken Kingston joins us up next with his My Word segment. See you after the break.